Why make trillions when we could make billions?
Hello, this is Dem Apples here. This is my first video on YouTube. I'm going to be playing some $10 no limit hold'em on Full Tilt Poker, and this is my first video, and I hope you guys like it. So without further ado, we're going to get started. This is the Rush Poker format. It's a new format on Full Tilt, and what's nice about it is you can actually click the fold button before the action even gets to you. So I don't want to play 2-3. I don't even have to wait for it to get to me. So see, I don't even have to wait for it to get to me. And you see a new hand as soon as you fold, so you never have to wait, which is really nice. So let's see here. And for some reason, oh okay, I'm gonna fold the 4-5 here just because this min raiser is a really short stacked, and if it was a full stack I would call. But I'm gonna be playing really conservative because at this stake level nobody really likes to fold, and I could limp here with ace-6, I could raise, but I think I'm better off just folding, since if I call, somebody will be inclined to raise. So, and I'm gonna fold there. So playing really conservative, just folding a lot, waiting for a nice hand. I would raise this, but this guy's a short stack and they like to go all in very frequently. So the ace-10 was a fold simply because the raise was under the gun in first position. So ace-queen, my first playable hand. I know it seems like I'm playing really conservatively, but people really don't like folding in this game, so it's actually better to just play really conservatively. Four-way, I have bottom pair, and he bets a pot. So. And since in this format you can quick fold in every position except for the big blind, so what ends up happening is the big blind is usually really angry when people raise his big blind. So I tend to just fold my small blind because I'm out of position. So I'm just probably gonna call here. I do have Poker Tracker, and it does track this format of poker, the Rush Poker. And I'm gonna raise 8s here, and I'm gonna probably call with the Jack-9 because it's there's multi-way. It's a pretty good multi-way hand. I flop a gut shot to the nuts, and I might call like a tiny bet here. This guy, I don't have any information about him, but I'm gonna probably just check, and this is a big raise, so. Because a lot of players like to they like to call with ace-x hands, even dominated ace-x hands like ace-9, ace-6, whatever. So he might just be checking down top pair aces. The other likely scenario is he has a similar, small pair. Maybe he has a pair of 5s, and he's probably going to want to check that down too. So I really don't see how I can get value from a worse hand at this point. If he has like a pair of 5s and I bet very small here, he's just gonna call. If he raises me, I'm gonna fold, because then I'm putting in him on ace is up. I mean, ace is full. So, I mean, seven's full. Wow, sorry, that was seven's full. So he had he had king high. So I made a pretty thin value bet and I got called. So that was pretty cool. Sometimes in the small blind, I'm gonna raise. Like here, I'm gonna actually raise because the small blind's or the big blind's very conservative. So I'm just gonna raise him up. He's only playing 9% of his hands. Ace 10 is definitely a fold and full ring under the gun. So I'm gonna hopefully get into some interesting hands. I have a note on this guy. He loves to squeeze play. His squeeze play percentage is very high. So I'm gonna limp in the small blind with threes. Probably fold to a raise. I don't typically limp, but I feel like it's not a bad spot. Some players, they're really against, just calling out of the blinds for like half a big blind. Yeah, but I'm really not against that. This guy is probably has a pretty weak hand, so if I raise, I might get called with like ace queen and stuff. So I think it's a pretty good raise there. Just looking at his statistics, don't have many hands on him, just 26 hands, but if he has ace king or like ace queen, I don't think he's gonna fold, and if he has like a pair, then he's definitely not gonna fold. So I'm just gonna check and see what he does. He's bet 3 out of the last 5 times he saw a flop. Seems like a pretty solid player. That is kind of a big bet. I feel like if he wanted to bluff, he'd bet like $1 for some reason. I'm just gonna fold. Um, 4x under the gun is like screaming that it's a big hand. Or actually, someone limped and he raised, so I don't know. It's close, but I think it's a fold still. I don't think he's doing that with ace-jack or worse. Here I'm, in position with eights. I feel like it's a pretty good spot to call, so I'm gonna call. Try to hit a set.